The HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour is back for another action-packed season as Europe's leading developmental tour hits the road and heads to some of the finest courses in the UK. Hello and welcome to the 2015 PGA EuroPro Tour preview show. I'm here at Celtic Manor, host venue of the 2010 Ryder Cup and the first stop on this year's circuit. We'll bring you more about this historic resort later, but first, here's what's coming up. In the show, we'll provide a taster of some of the venues the Tour will be teeing off at this season. We'll speak with former European and US Tour professional John E. Morgan on starting out as a pro and the key areas to concentrate on in order to compete in this increasingly competitive sport.
We've got some great players on this tour, so I mean they're all trying to make it up to that next level and there's no better place.
We speak to Celtic Manor's Director of Golf Courses and Estate Management, Jim McKenzie.
The development of golf at all levels is very, very important to us.
And we catch up with 4 pros as they tackle the Montgomery course.
I'm going to dry my kit out.
Dry your kit out, get warm, have a bacon butty.
John E. Morgan sits down with sports psychologist John Pates.
A lot of them don't realise how close they are.
And to finish, we'll take a look at the 2015 calendar for what promises to be another exciting and dramatic season. But first, a little background on what the EuroPro Tour is all about. It provides a platform for the stars of tomorrow to compete in tournament conditions in front of TV cameras and for a total prize fund of over £800,000. But the target for these young pros is the chance to win one of 5 Challenge Tour cards, which moves a player a step closer to golf's top table and mixing it with golf's elite. Every year, more and more EuroPro graduates succeed at the highest level. The likes of Robert Rock, Michael Hoey and Brandon Grace are former members who are now multiple winners on the European Tour. Ross Fisher and Nicholas Coltsarts have represented Europe at the Ryder Cup, while Charles Schwartzel and Louis Oosthuizen are major winners. The PGA EuroPro Tour's 2012 Order of Merit winner Paul Maddy and 2013 winner Oliver Farr have both secured playing rights on the European Tour. The 2014 season proved to be the biggest and best yet. Here are some of the highlights.
Harold is the champion. Top man. This putt for the title. In it goes, he's done it. And William Harold wins his second tournament this season and becomes the Dawson and Sanderson Travel Classic champion. He's done it, he holds his nerve, punches the air.
On his EuroPro Tour debut, Garrett Porteous gets his first professional win.
Oh, look at that reaction. And Stiggy Hodgson is the champion here at Camberwell Park. It's his first EuroPro Tour victory. And there we go, his second EuroPro Tour victory. Oh, and he's done it. He's done it. Steve Rizal is the champion with a final round of 72. He's the champion here at Mount Worsley with an excellent final round of 69. Fantastic stuff from Billy Hemstock. He makes it back-to-back victories here at Moor Allerton.
Oh! Holy guacamole, what a shot!
And there it is, he's done it. A fabulous round of golf to win by a fabulous scoreline.
Peter Tarver-Jones wraps it up with a superb final round of 70. He's the champion here.
And that means Elliot Saltman will top the Order of Merit as well as winning the Tour Championships here in Laguna.
The Tour goes from strength to strength year on year. The driving force behind much of its success is a man who knows what it takes to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Barry Hearn has dramatically changed the public perception of sports such as snooker and more recently darts. Can he work his magic on the EuroPro Tour? Barry, the standard on the EuroPro Tour is just growing year on year. How proud are you of what you've accomplished?
We've got a great team of people that love golf, and you start off with the passion and then you put in some money, you invest because you believe in what you're doing. I'm very delighted with the standard of courses. I think that's one of the big differences we've made in the last few years. And I think the standard of players coming through, you know, the numbers, the fact that we're going to smash our record this year for Q School, we're halfway through an exciting journey.
And that prize money, it's an extra £150,000. What do you hope that gives to the players in the tournament?
Matchroom Sport are going to make sure that we inject the necessary funds. We're going to smash this game up at this level. We're going to make sure these kids have got the opportunity. The increase in prize fund is the first stage of where we're going. Television coverage is going all over the world. We're seeing far more of our players on television, which gives them more sponsorship opportunities, more credit to where they're going. We're also seeing more EuroPro Tour graduates winning on the big tours. The proof of the pudding is there, and if we're not there, who else is going to do the job? The answer is no one. So trust me when I tell you, we're just beginning. We're going to have some fun with this over the next few years.
Barry, we all know, and you've all shown us just there, you've got a very good way with words. So what advice would you give to the young guys coming through, the new players on tour?
Live the dream first. Give yourself a chance. We'll give you the opportunity to find out about yourself and your game in the most testing of conditions, because you're going to have to be that good to make the difference. If you're not, move on. Now, there's lots of other things in professional golf. If you want to be a top tournament player, this is the beginning. This is not the end. We're trying to create a masterpiece in oil. So far it's coloured by numbers, but there is a little bit of magic about some of these youngsters coming through. The ordinary guy is getting a chance on the EuroPro, and it's going to be tough. And so it needs to be, and you're going to have to be tough. Our job is to give you that opportunity. If you're good enough, we'll help you find out.
Barry, fantastic, honest advice. Always good to talk to you. Thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
The legendary Colin Montgomerie has called on all of his Ryder Cup experience to create a course with many exciting tests of strategy. Spectacular views abound with dramatic tee shots over valleys and breathtaking downhill shots. 2 long par 5s, a number of short par 4s and several testing par 3s all add up to an exciting and rewarding challenge. The Ryder Cup visited Celtic Manor back in 2010 and former EuroPro Tour player Nicholas Coltsart helped guide Team Europe to a magnificent victory. Celtic Manor's Jim McKenzie reflects on a magnificent tournament and venue.
When I first came here, it was just farmland behind us. There was an old farmhouse just down by the putting green here. So over the last 22 years, we've really seen the whole resort develop.
And a pretty big event for you would have been in 2010 when you hosted the Ryder Cup. Just tell us about what that was like to host it here.
The Ryder Cup came at the end of 10 or 11 hostings of the Wales Open. If you like, it was the sort of penultimate event in that run of events. Extraordinarily, we had no rain for 4 weeks before the Ryder Cup, and we had no rain for 3 weeks after it. During that weekend, it just rained like you couldn't believe. You know, if you weren't on the property, we couldn't explain to you how heavy it actually was. But you know, we've really built a reputation here of holding events in the face of adversity, and not only Celtic Manor but the whole of Wales put their best foot forward in that weekend, and you know, really showed the world what Wales has got to offer and who they are and what they can do. And yeah, it was fabulous.
Now the EuroPro Tour will be here this season coming. How excited are you to host that?
Well, it is, and the great thing is, of course, that the viewers will recognise at least 50% of the holes from the EuroPro event as holes that hosted the first few Wales Opens. Obviously, we significantly remodelled our Wales Open course for the Ryder Cup, and we've created the course that is now the Montgomerie course, where we're playing the EuroPro event. It's really exciting for the staff. It's a real boost for not only the people who work on that golf course, but the people who play it as well. Yeah, so yeah.
Absolutely. And we spoke about the Montgomerie course a little bit. Any tips that you can give the players that will be coming here for the EuroPro Tour this season on how to approach the course?
Well, it's not your your typical tournament venue. It's a little over 6,200 yards long. It's par 69. What it doesn't give us in length, it certainly makes up around about the greens. So for me, the onus is on the shot to the greens and obviously the putting. So those that have a sharp short game, I would imagine, would be those that do best round the Montgomery course.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for having us here today, and we'll be back here in May for the first event of the EuroPro Tour. Newmarket is one of 15 courses featuring in the 2015 season. Another course making its EuroPro Tour debut is Newmarket Golf Club, home club of former Ryder Cup star Paul Lawrie. The par 72 Hawks Hill course was designed by Dave Thomas and opened for play in 1990. The course has been endorsed by golfing legend Peter Alliss and is regarded as one of the toughest tests of golf in the area. It has also hosted major championships including the Scottish Professional Championship and the Scottish Seniors Open. Staying in Scotland, a course that made a spectacular debut on the tour last season was the Carrick on Loch Lomond. 9 holes in the Highlands, 9 on the Lowlands. Players will have to yet again prepare themselves for an epic journey of stunning greens, majestic Highland backdrops, brilliantly peppered with bunkers, and of course the world's most beautiful water hazard, the loch itself. Who will follow in Neil Chowdhury's footsteps and win at this magnificent venue? Well, one player we all know very well who's made that leap from the EuroPro Tour to the PGA and the European Tour is our very own John E. Morgan. John, you've had an amazing career. Just tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's been eventful from start to finish. Came on the scene, all guns are blazing, got all my cards in 1 year. Don't know where to put myself, and you know, I'm back here and I'm commentating for you guys, and I love it.
Going back to your career though, tell us about what it takes to get to that kind of professional level.
Will and determination, without doubt. You know, a passion to succeed, beat everyone else in the field. Never anything else really, just very focused, you know, doing everything right, good team around you, and stick to your guns. Don't get carried away with too much technique, just keep your head down and go for it. 2014 was an eventful season, to say the least. I just want to know what some of your best standout moments were from that. Well, I like Neil Chowdhury at the Carrick, but I really did like Elliot Saltman and Jack Senior going at it at Montrose, because I loved the track. Obviously Elliot just fell apart, you know, come the last hole, you know, didn't get up and down, missed a little tiddler, and then Jack kind of snatched it away from him in the playoffs, so I like that. Now, in terms of the courses that we're going to be visiting, there's some pretty special ones. So Celtic Manor here today, 2010 Ryder Cup was here. I mean, tell us about some of those other top picks that we're going to be seeing. Well, you got Westwood's Place, Close House is a great track. You got the Carrick is awesome, Chart Hills is awesome, and then you got this bad boy, Celtic Manor. I mean, you know, Monty Golf Course, he was the captain here in 2010. Don't get much better than that. You know, the boys are going to absolutely love it, and they're going to get inspired. You know, this tour, this golf course in general, you know, it's going to be absolutely brilliant for the boys. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing a lot more of you, and after the break, we'll be catching up with some of the players too. So we'll see you then. Welcome back to the 2015 HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour preview show. Before the break, we caught up with former professional John E. Morgan on what it takes to be a pro, and now I'll get the chance to hear from 4 aspiring young golfers who are just starting out on their golfing journeys. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you.
I mean, what do you think of this place, Celtic Manor?
It's great. I mean, great big complex, 3 good courses.
Yeah.
That I've heard. I've played the Montgomery that we're playing on the EuroPro's opening event.
Thanks for joining us, Paul.
You're welcome.
And it's only a flick of a lob wedge for you over the water and you're in, isn't it?
Yeah, just over the bridge. Paid the $6.50 to get over here, and Bob's your uncle.
Happy days, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we got the Monty course we're going to be playing. Have you had a chance to play that one yet?
I've not seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to getting out there and having a knock today. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it here actually. Played the last couple of Welsh Opens here. Didn't have much success here, but yeah, it's a lovely place to be, nice part of the world. So yeah, looking forward to going out and playing the fields.
Have you been able to play the Monty course before?
I have, but a few years ago, when I was playing for Wales, the golf union's based here, so we do a lot of training here. So. Yeah.
Is there a few little weaknesses you've seen? You thought, I'll just brush up on that one?
Yeah, I think with professional golf, I think there's always, no matter how good you play, there's always ways that you can improve, especially short game for myself.
I've struggled a little bit the last year or so, so I've just trying to get back to what I was doing a few years ago, really just playing to my strengths, and hopefully we'll have a better year.
I've tried to just tighten up the swing a little bit. Definitely felt like towards the end of last season it got a bit loose. Playing some funny shots. So just try to tighten it up and be a bit more consistent with the ball striking.
Just been doing a bit of keep fit, trying to get a bit stronger for the year. Had an indifferent year last year with a new baby coming along, so didn't have much chance to get in the gym and lots of practice.
Those eyelids look like,
it's the
look
grey hairs.
Pretty tired, man. You got the rings going on.
Obviously looking forward to going back to Sloley Hall, where I had my first win this year on the EuroPro, and Moore Allerton, where the course record, so that'll be good.
Looking forward to going back to the ones that played last year, because obviously they're fresh in the memory, but also looking forward to going to the new ones, because new challenge.
Prince's is like a home track for me. I spent a lot of time there as a junior. Chart Hills is only 45 minutes down the road. I think there's a couple of other links courses, so hopefully they'll suit me, and it will find some form from kind of 2013, then hopefully we can push forwards and onwards and upwards.
Well, I'd love to get back to winning ways. Obviously I had a couple of wins 2011, 2012, and it would be nice to get back in the winner's circle, really. That's a big goal for this year.
I'll be going out trying to win them all.
Yeah, good man.
And see how it goes, yeah.
And if you look at like Will Howard last year, Jack Senior, both of those getting off to a fast start and then going on and doing well on the Challenge Tour early. Obviously it's been done in the past, Lee Slattery.
Yeah, exactly.
You can quite easily go from, well I say quite easily, you can go from EuroPro to Main Tour almost in one season.
I think without sounding too cocky, I think maybe I'll be one of the guys to beat this year.
Another course that the players will have to tackle this year is Burr Hill. For a 7th year, the EuroPro players will be putting on some of the finest greens in Surrey. The club first opened for play in 1907 and now has 2 courses, the old and the new. The latter is the championship track, measuring over 7,000 yards, incorporating the River Mole with large greens and bunkers that represent a more modern approach to design. The greens are fast and have a reputation as being amongst the best in the county, whilst the many bunkers are perfectly placed. Last year's winner was Jack Senior with what was his 2nd win in 4 events. This blistering start captured the attention of the Challenge Tour, and through invites, Jack managed to secure his 2015 Challenge Tour card. There's a fine line between winning and losing, a point not lost on John E. Morgan and understood by sports psychologist John Pates.
I'm joined by the mighty psychologist guru, John Pates. And I tell you what, he's a good bloke, good mindset. You boys are going to love him. John, it's nice to have you, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I worked with you in the past, and you've got some great guys that you work with at the moment as well. And I mean, one in particular that you got over the line to get in a Ryder Cup was Stevie Gallagher. I mean, anything you can tell us about him?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've worked with Stevie for a long time, and so it's fantastic seeing a player over the last 10 years mature to something quite magnificent, and I'm looking forward to seeing him perform this year in the majors. I think that's going to be a big turning point for him, because we've set those the majors as the major goals to try to get our top performances this year.
Is it a hard thing to kind of master up, to get them over the line, to get them up to that next level?
There are lots of factors, I think, that will allow them to get over to the next level, but in many ways they're already at that level. Usually, their technical skills and their physical skills, because they're young men, are second to none, just as good as anybody else on tour.
These guys, they need to see the finish line, don't they? That's probably one thing they're not used to. That's what we've got to get them into.
Absolutely. I mean, Nicholas said, you know, all performance is aspiration and inspiration. Yeah. So you've got to have a great goal in front of you. And I think a lot of the players here are not courageous enough in their goals. Yeah. Now, the guys who became major champions were thinking about winning majors. The guys who won events on tour were thinking about winning events, and the guys who wanted to make money made money. Yeah. If you want to become a major champion, you start training like one. It's interesting, all the major champions have always had great role models. You know, yeah. Nicholas had Bobby Jones, Tiger had Nicholas, you know, Rory had Tiger, yeah. And it goes on like that, and everyone likes Ernie Els for some reason. They just love Ernie Els. Everyone, he's the favourite of all players.
Well, thank you, John. I mean, I want to say, first of all, to the boys and girls at home, I hope you take note of this, because I tell you what, it's priceless stuff. I mean, the guy knows what he's talking about. Look forward to seeing you through the course of the year, mate.
Thank you very much, but it's going to be a great journey.
The EuroPro Tour will visit Close House in late August. This spectacular venue boasts two courses, the Lee Westwood Colt and the Lee Westwood Filly. The championship Lee Westwood Colt course opened in May 2011 and was recently voted one of the top 100 golf courses in England, less than 8 months after it opened. This impressive course features many elevation changes, as well as water coming into play numerous times. With a par of 71 and over 6,800 yards long, this course will be sure to put the players through their paces. We've just previewed a few of the courses that the Tour will be stopping at this summer, but here is the complete calendar of what will be a superb season ahead. So it's a goodbye from John and I, and we'll see you back here at the stunning Celtic Manor later in the year. Who will be the next player chasing their dream? Entry for qualifying school for the 2015 season is open and closes on the 17th of March at 3 p.m.